We can get started. It's another edition of the Irie 98 podcast, and I have a very special guest in the studio today. Here with me, Alandra, her second time, representing KBB, and she's here to talk about the great big Bermuda cleanup that's coming up.
Yay.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be back. It's been fun. It's been, what, 6 months since the last time?
Yeah, maybe a little bit longer than that, I think. A little bit longer.
Got you.
But you got a lot going on right now.
Yes,
and why don't we just jump right into it? Tell me what's happening.
So April 10th through to the 19th, we will be having the Great Big Bermuda Cleanup. It is actually my first one because I'm still in my first year. And last year we were able to haul away almost 20,000 pounds of litter. And this is where we basically spend the week of going around the island, selecting different locations. We have corporate groups. We have the, school groups, pretty much all of Bermuda, descending on various locations to clean up and make our country look, I want to say like spring clean, tidy, because, things happen. But this is an opportunity where we just get together and we say, you know what, we want our island to be clean, and so we clean it. So yeah, like I said, last year, we took up over almost 20,000 pounds. And so we're looking to do that, if not a little more.
Okay. So is it safe to say that this is by far the biggest cleanup initiative every year in Bermuda?
Yeah, absolutely. We have two major ones, the island-wide coastal cleanup, but I think this one trumps it because we do both on land and on the shoreline as well.
Okay. And if I remember correctly from the last time you guys had stopped by, there's a process where you can kind of nominate areas on the island that you want to get cleaned up. Is that still a thing?
Absolutely. So when teams sign up, we have a list of locations. However, there are areas for which, families may want to target because it may be in their neighborhood or it may be in a surrounding area where they see it's a hotspot, and they can definitely let our office know so that we, obviously we can put that down and say, yes, you're welcome to clean up that area. So yeah, it is open, even though we do have suggested sites, because then there are some corporate groups who just say, you know what, just tell us which one, tell us something nearby, and we'll do that. So options are plenty. Got you.
And so sign up is all on your website, correct?
All on the website. We've also been blasting it on our social media, so it's very, very easy to find if you need to.
Okay. Good stuff. And so with the cleanup, there's got to be some trouble spots, right? Where's the trouble spots on the island?
Oh, wow. There are areas that just by nature of where they're located just don't always get seen. So I'm thinking of areas, ironically enough, a hotspot that actually gets seen that I would never have expected, but I've had a lot of complaints, is Clearwater.
Okay.
So
I would have never guessed that.
Me neither. So backside of Clearwater is beautifully manicured forested area, but there are a couple of spots where people have been seen dumping.
Okay.
Sorry to say. And we've received messages, we've received calls, we've had videos sent in of that particular area just being a hotspot. And I think the part that pains me the most is like, taking your trash to Tynes Bay is free. This is not a situation of like, taking it here is going to make it any easier. It's like, no, just take it to Tynes Bay. So that is an area, big hotspot.
Okay.
Another one, Bay Corner. So I went out with the littles at Lyceum Preschool. We were doing this wonderful ocean plastic arts. And yeah, that area was horrendous. And it's just the nature of where it is. The wind sweep in a lot of debris. It's a little mini beach, the wind, the rain, plus all of the ocean. It just creates a real funnel. So that's a really big hotspot. And then down in the west, that Caroline Bay area. There are certain areas that are really,
I would have
really
never guessed Caroline Bay.
Yeah. So again, those areas like tucked over to the side, there's just little pockets where it's really bad.
So in your experience now working with KBB, what do you think we can do to kind of get it out there to the folks that are doing the illegal dumping to say, like you just mentioned, like Tynes Bay is free.
Yeah.
Like what is it in this psychology of the people, the individuals that do this to say I'm gonna go just take it to a beach or take it somewhere instead of the place it needs to go. Any thoughts as to why people choose to do that?
You know, that's a really good and tough question. I would say from a easy short answer, and it may not be so simple like that, I say convenience.
Right.
You know, I think it's tough because one of the things that I'll start with the littles, because that's my target audience for a lot of the presentations.
Right.
I hear a lot, and it's meant well, but I do hear a lot of people say, you know, if it's my mess, I clean it up. And so it implies if it's not my mess, you know,
you don't clean it up.
I don't clean it up.
Yeah.
And as long as the mess is not in my yard, you know, as long as it's gone, out of sight, out of mind. But I think this collective reality that it's our mess, it's our issue, and it's not going to go away, even if you take it right there. Thank you for cleaning, but this is not the area. And having that collective responsibility. And I remember hearing this a lot as a child, you know, hearing these assemblies, going to a lot of community events where it was our collective responsibility to care for our island. Seeing that shift to, you know, what's mine is mine and leave that alone. I think that mindset is where I do see people just be like, I don't care, you know, and when you confront people and you hear what they have to say, you get this sense of like, but it's about me. And I don't really care about, you know, what it's impacting, what's happening to the environment or what it looks like.
Or try to downplay it and be like, it's not a big deal. And you guys are going to clean up anyway. So.
Exactly. Like it's going to get cleaned up. So let me just, you know, sort out. And again, that collective responsibility, that collective care that says, no, but this is not right. And it actually doesn't go away. It actually makes it worse. It actually encourages, we know data is there. It encourages antisocial behavior. It encourages things to then collect. It encourages even pests. So then we have a health and safety issue, you know, for our island. Like it just spirals.
And then, nobody wants pests. Let's just be clear.
Yeah, especially considering that the health department has just said that there's now disease attached to these pests coming around and congregating. So it is definitely a knock-on effect. And I think for me, in its simplest terms, it's that place of care. Like, do you care about us as opposed to just being me, myself, and I?
Got you. Well, I appreciate you kind of diving into that and trying to help me understand the psyche of, because I don't get it. Like, I mean, it's just not things that I would do.
Correct.
I'm more of the type to come out and help out with something like the Great Big Bermuda Cleanup. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny. You're in my generation. So you would have heard Keep Bermuda Beautiful assemblies. You know, it's our response. Don't mess around. Keep Bermuda Beautiful. You would have definitely heard like the Bermuda Police Service had a video and they had these mobile trucks. Like there was so much community engagement, especially within the schools. So much so my peers, my cousins, like we don't get when people throw things in the street. Like we're like, we'll clean it up. We are wired towards cleaning and helping or service as opposed to just walking by. So I feel like that's where we are now transitioning back into really tapping into the community, especially our young people, because we've seen that gap. Like we have seen where when you do not educate, when you don't keep that message in the forefront of people's minds, they do forget.
You forget. You forget. There's a lot going on. Everyone's distracted with a million and one things. We got meteors dropping from the sky now. Like there's so much happening. You know what I mean? So
much.
So with that being said, how many volunteers? I don't put you on the spot numbers wise, but how many volunteers are you guys looking for this year?
This year we're hoping to top the 500 that we had last year. I mean, why not go push it to 1,000? I mean, again, it is, you know, within your reach to be able to go out into your neighborhood and, you know, make it a family event. I know there are many, many families, thank you so much, that are going to be gathering the troops, gathering the cousins, the aunts, the uncles, and going out and cleaning up their neighborhoods. So my hope is that we actually double that. We head over more into like 1,000 volunteers.
Nice.
We have 9 days to do it.
Nice, nice, nice. And so again, sign up is on the website. Is it kbb.bm?
KBB.bm.
kbb.bm. All the information is there.
Absolutely.
What do you provide? What don't you provide?
Yes. So we provide the cleanup kits. We provide the bags, gloves inside of those cleanup kits, along with litter grabbers. So please come out. We make sure that you are well sorted for the event. But we do ask that people bring water, bring sunscreen, bring a hat. It's getting warmer. Sunshine is coming out. So, we definitely want it to be something where people are safe. So we provide things, but then also, bring your water and hat.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, it sounds like a good deal and good fun time for the family.
Absolutely.
Great group activity.
Great.
For your team, your work team, that
building,
kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Are there competitions on who picks up the most trash?
There
should be.
There should be. We are literally just wrapping up a race to recycle, which is school to schools competing. It's been a whole lot, but we actually had corporates reach out to us to say, could we do that for our business? And I'm like, yes, we can compete about, who cleans up the most and who does the most recycling. I'm here for it.
Listen, you gotta turn on that competitive spirit.
Hello.
You know what I mean?
Big time.
And especially if you're saying, what was it? How many pounds? It was 2,000 pounds?
20,000.
20,000
close
pounds.
to 20,000 pounds. So you know what? Exactly. I mean, and why not make it competitive? So we've been thinking about it, sorting it out. We'll see.
All right. Well, looking forward to it. And, of course, always appreciate you stopping by to share the information.
Thank you for having me.
No, of course. And so visit the website, sign up. They provide everything to you besides, a bottle of water and the things that you would need to be comfortable.
Yes.
Some people might want to wear a mask, potentially, sometimes cleaning up and smells and that type of thing. But it's all for a good cause, all great fun as well. Bring out the friends, bring out the family. Anything that we've missed in this convo so far with regards to the big cleanup?
Just shout out to All Shores. Thank you so much for partnering with us once again. And also shout out to the A team, Angel and Abby.
Yes.
Who do an amazing
Can't forget the A team.
I know, right?
Gotta big them up.
They do such an amazing job each year. Again, I'm new to this, and they've just made the process so seamless for me to just kind of be slotted in and just see how it all works. And it's so far the sign-ups have been great. So thank you to those who have signed up. Looking forward to seeing even more.
Well, thanks again for stopping by. And like I said, you might even just see, I might have to drag some of the Ivory team out there with me. That's what we might need to do.
I'm not sad about that. There's no judgment.
You know what I mean?
Here.
So we might need to do that. Thanks again for stopping by. And this has been another edition of the Ivory 98 podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That's Ivory 98 on YouTube, Ivory 98 in your podcast app. And we've got great things this year coming up. So make sure you keep in touch with what we're doing over here at Ivory 98. It's Rusty G signing out. Peace.